So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the sort of the dashes, I guess, onto the gauge. We can add the numbers and labeling and all that sort of stuff later on in Illustrator, but just add the dashes in here. So I'm going to create a sketch on this face, and I'm going to create just one on this side, just one little tab. It's going to have a total of maybe 1 millimeter, maybe 3.5 wide. So this, the origin point, is going to be 17. Just going to make sure the distance there is going to be half of this. So this goes 0.5 mil. But if I use this technique, it means that if I change this value, this one also changes. So I've got one space here, one dash, I'm going to add into my block face, my gauge face, and I'm going to cut that one all the way through. The idea being, I might put some light on the inside, then the light can shine through that hole, ideally. Right. Now, depending on what type of gauge you'll need a few of these. I'm just going to use this as my main point. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to create a pattern. It's going to be a circular pattern. What's worthwhile doing is maybe hiding out. Oh, I didn't label my needle. I'm going to do that. I'll hide out all the elements I don't need. So I'm going to create a circular pattern of a feature. Now in this case, it's the last feature I just created. Axis is going to be this one. Now the servo will only move 180-degree arc, so we don't need to go full. Just going to go partial. 180 degrees is already set, and you choose how many you want. Now, if I was doing sort of a gauge which was going from 1 to 8,000 RPM, I guess I'd want, 8 of them in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So for this example, I'm just going to put 4 in. So now I've got that feature in there. Now I'm going to put like sort of little incremental points in as well. So I'm going to create a sketch again. I'm going to put here. We'll maybe make these ones a touch smaller. So it might only be sort of 2 mil long. The distance from center, same. Maybe 18 on that one. Well, so finish sketch on that. We extrude one of them. I'm not going to go all the way through on this one. I'm just going to go sort of into that. Etch this in the laser cutter. So again, we'll create a pattern. Feature will be that. Circular pattern. Axis again is going to be this one here. And in this case, I'm just going to start off with a symmetrical element, because I only want 3 of them. 30 degrees. Great. So then I'm going to need that to be, so I need a pattern of my pattern. So create circular pattern of features. It's going to be this extrusion and the pattern. Axis again will be this one. And again, I'm going to go symmetric. Just going to eyeball this one. Okay. In terms of putting the numbers and that sort of stuff on there, that is we're going to do in Illustrator. And obviously the label for the gauge, where you're going to put that will be an Illustrator job as well. So the sort of detail elements, they'll look a lot nicer. We can play with the fonts and that sort of stuff a bit cleaner if we do that in Illustrator. I mean, you could technically do these across in Illustrator as well. I think the ability to use the pattern tool in Fusion helps. Should label my needle here as well, probably give it a color. And that's it. So that is the example gauge. Obviously, you would need a way of mounting this one. So it's got a bit of a flange here, 2.5mm flange, but the body itself is 52mm, which is a standard size gauge.